Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to review and install the 4K dash cam from FitCam. Coming up next. So we've got our 2015 BMW X5 and it could use a camera. That is right, it is time to put a dash cam in the BMW X5 here. Have not opened the box yet, so this is a mystery or surprise for all of us. And you know, with driving and travel, it is probably wise to have a camera just because, well, drivers. Anyways, let's see what we've got here. Well packaged. Got a couple of boxes here. We've got a dash cam side, an accessory side, so let's see what's in the dash cam side. Okay, we're over here a little closer to the vehicle, makes a little more sense. Let's take a look in our first box here, the dash cam box. In here we have what looks to be the assembly itself to start off with. Now the nice thing about this is you don't have to do any wire splicing. This plugs right in line with your existing harness that is up by your rear view mirror. And this trim does split in half. It wraps around your rear view mirror, and the existing one comes out and you can stash that back in the box or do whatever you want with it. But that does not go back on the vehicle. This takes the place of that. And here we have our camera up front. And a wiring harness, like I said. We've got a couple of buttons on the side here for function. And depending on your vehicle, this will vary slightly in style. We've got the connected drive on our X5, so we've got the additional cameras and sensors up top. So if you are gonna order one of these, and I'll drop a link below, make sure you specify your correct vehicle, make, and model. Another bag of goodies in here. This looks like it is a bracket if I'm going to hook up a camera for filming this video. I've got a camera here, so maybe we don't need that. We have another box here for accessories. Have a trim installation tool or trim removal tool, and looks to be a USB card reader for reading the media off of the camera. So if you ever have to provide it to anybody, you can. You can also hook it up to the app on your phone and review and pull the footage off that way too. We also have our instructions. Seems pretty cut and dry how to install, but we're going to take a look at these anyways. Yep. So they do have a note on the front here to scan a QR code to watch the installation video. That's kind of what I'm doing, right? Anyways, the important thing is here it shows you how to go ahead and get the app on your mobile device, connect to it, and basic usage of the camera once it's installed. Okay, we are inside now, and take off the existing trim. Use our trim tool. You can see a seam here. You can pretty much set your tool between them and open it up on the seam. Sometimes easier said than done. There we go. Comes right off. And of course I can be a klutz and drop it, but existing parts come off. You can see what the factory piece looks like compared, set it back together. There we go. Compared next to the FitCam assembly, they are looking nearly identical. And the important thing, like I mentioned earlier, for this 4K camera setup, there's no additional wiring you have to do. You have one purple or maroon colored connector back here, that does get removed. There we go, he slips out. And your FitCam assembly has a harness it plugs right into. And they are keyed, so you can't put them in backwards. That clips in there. And then this clips in to the vehicle side. There we go. That clips back in there. This does come with a 64 gig SD card, so that's nice. Plenty of room for storing your footage. I can split this apart. And now we can put it back on the vehicle just like the factory one came off. Let me move my little collar from my former little four-legged friend Miles. Best little wiener dog a guy could ask for. Get our wiring tucked back up here. And it just clips right back together. Okay, now the camera is installed. If you can see it, you really can't see any difference aesthetic-wise, except there is another little camera facing out the front of there. So overall, the installation is clean, it looks professional, and doesn't look like it's not supposed to be there. Because if there's one thing that bothers me, it's adding aftermarket things that just don't look like they should be there. And this looks factory. Now, the app is available for both Android and iOS devices. I've got the Android, Samsung Galaxy, and there is a QR code on the directions, or you can just go to your app store and look for the FitCam X app. I'm going to go ahead and give the QR code a shot here, see how that works for me. Right to the app. There we go, you can see right there. Hit the install button. Now there are some basic setup instructions in here, but it looks to be pretty self-explanatory. Once the app is installed, you hit the open button, agree to their privacy notice. Click next to allow it to read and write video and storage and such like that. Connect. You can see it's searching and doing its thing here. Install the camera and power it on. Please start the car, and the camera's light will light up. Let's go do that. Alrighty, hit our next button. Connect to Wi-Fi. That's going to show. Not going to show my Wi-Fi networks here, but there is going to be one that says car cam and then some ID. That's going to be the device in your vehicle you just installed. Click that. Password is going to be listed on your instructions. Nothing terribly complicated. Enter that and hit connect. If you get an option that says internet is not available, that's expected because, well, no internet. Just direct connection to the camera. All right, we're connected. Now we can go back to our app. Alrighty, we're connected. We've got me on the camera. Look, I'm over here. There you go. See, there's me, there's us. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for a little bit of a drive, and we'll come back, we'll take a look at how that footage looks, and wrap this up. Well, we took a little test drive this afternoon to pick the kids up from daycare, and here's a little clip of that. You can see there's not a whole lot of traffic out where we are, but license plates are very crisp and clear. I did turn this up to the highest quality settings. You can do that from the app on your device. You have very clear road signs, street signs, vehicle definitions, very clear. And I think overall a very good upgrade for your vehicle or mine. You know, drivers, you can't predict anybody else out there, and having something like this for reassurance to protect your interests if you were in an accident, I think is a very good thing. There are some other options in the app on your phone where you can set like a parking sentry mode to record if you got bumped in a parking lot or something like that, different crash sensitivity modes, just a host of options to configure to make this more customizable for your own experience. There are a couple of other camera options. There is another addition to this model I did not get, but you could either have it being a rear-facing camera or a cabin-facing camera if you wanted a view. Let's say you've got a teen driver or other people in the car you want to monitor their driving as well. So plenty of options for this device. I think it's going to be a great addition for the travel that I take. A lot of them are longer road trips with the family, and just like I said, having a camera to protect our interests should something happen, I think is going to be very beneficial. Hopefully we never have to use it, but if we do, we've got it. Again, quick review here on the FitCam 4K camera for our BMW. Go to the website, I've got a link below. Plenty of other options for your make, model of vehicle. And thanks for watching this video. If you like it, hit the subscribe button below. Like the video. Comment, what are your thoughts on dash cams, especially ones that integrate as smoothly as this does into your existing vehicle? And we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.